What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prize Picks NBA player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 3 picks that you win some money over here on Prize Picks in the NBA tonight. As always, if you haven't checked out Prize Picks, would highly recommend you check them out. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players' points, rebounds, assists, fantasy score, 3-pointers made, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go ahead and lock that in. Get that free money offer and start winning some money over here on Prize Picks with these picks today, guys. And if you are getting very serious, I do offer premium content packages. That is linked below in the description, guys. It is patreon.com/KJK_DFS. I know some people have been clicking the join button to join the YouTube fan club, which is not the premium. That's another way to show support, but that's not the premium. I don't want you getting the wrong thing and getting upset with me. I try to say that every single video. It's also in the graphics above, and I also have a little bit of a news ticker at the bottom of my videos that explains every single link that you need to visit for all the things that I talk about. So try to read, try to listen if you can, and we'd love to have you join over there if you're looking to learn, really get serious, learn how to profit long term. There's, of course, going to be bad days. Yesterday was not a fun day for me, myself, for sure, but the good days are going to outweigh the bad if you're responsible with your bankroll management. So I'm trying to teach that. It is a marathon, not a sprint. So check that out if you are interested. And if you enjoy this content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It is free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does greatly help me out. And I will be providing these videos to you for free all NBA season long to help you out. So let's talk about it. We'll go game by game as we always do. And the first game I'd like to discuss is going to be the Brooklyn Nets taking on the Boston Celtics. This game comes with a 227 over-under. Is going to be a nationally televised game on TNT. Should be a good one. And we do have the old narrative of Kyrie versus Boston. Things did not exactly go too well when Kyrie left Boston. I do think there's going to be a little bit of a chip on his shoulder anytime he plays Boston for the rest of his career. And the Brooklyn Nets are going to be without Kevin Durant, which is obviously a huge deal for the usage of Kyrie Irving. Kevin Durant, a very high usage guy, of course, expected to be sidelined for about a month after being diagnosed with an isolated MCL sprain. So no KD is going to lead to a big usage bump for Kyrie Irving. We'll go over the specifics here. He features a 36.3% usage rate with no KD on the floor this season. His fantasy point per minute production also goes up to a 1.3 fantasy point per minute rate, which is really, really good. You look at the differential, big boost for Kyrie Irving, the biggest boost on the team, no surprise. He gets a 6.6% usage rate bump. He also gets a 0.16 fantasy point per minute bump with that 1.3 fantasy point per minute rate. And it is for all these reasons that I do expect him to have a big game tonight. I do expect him to crush his fantasy prop. I mean, you look at his fantasy point per minute production on the season, only 1.14 fantasy points per minute, 29% usage rate. Once again, we just talked about it. That's going to take all the way up to a 36.3% usage rate with a 1.3 fantasy point per minute production rate with no Kevin Durant on the floor. So it is going to be a very big deal. He's definitely going to be putting up a lot more fantasy points, getting a lot more usage than he does with Kevin Durant on the floor, obviously. And I do expect him to go over his fantasy score prop here tonight. Prizepicks has it set at 44.5. He has not cleared this in 4 of the last 5. Once again, keep in mind, guys, this line's been bumped up to a higher number with no Kevin Durant. Obviously, his fantasy score wouldn't be set quite this high if Kevin Durant was on the floor. So you look at these last 5 charts, they can be deceiving. Do not let that talk you off a great play. And as far as my latest projection over here on my VIP sheets, I do have him projected in the upper 40s minimal with his ceiling being 50 plus here. So am projecting him once again to go over this 44.5 fantasy score line. I do not think it's quite high enough with no Kevin Durant on the floor. It's just a little too low in my opinion. Expect Kyrie to go out there and have a big game. Not to mention the whole narrative of him against Boston. They just really do not like each other. That departure did not go too well on TNT. I'm telling you, Kyrie's going to go out there with a chip on his shoulder. Hopefully shoot a ton, be able to set up his teammates, get those blocks and steals, everything that we're looking at when it comes to fantasy score production. And we'll just give his glance at his game logs, but just keep in mind, guys, KD's been the 4. He's also going to play in the upper 30s minutes, which I really, really like. Playing a ton of minutes, 38, 40 minutes respectively in games. That's obviously a big deal. Minutes equal opportunity. That equals fantasy points. And he's going to be well-rounded. 29 points, 6 assists, 1 rebound. 19 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. 25 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. And then, of course, naturally just being out there for those big minutes, you see 1 block, 2 steals, 1 block here, a steal here. And he does do a very good job of taking care of the ball as well. Has had 2 or less turnovers in a lot of games here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight games where he's had 2 or less turnovers. So, love this prop for sure for pick number 1. We're going with the over 44.5 fantasy score here for Kyrie Irving. That will be pick number 1. Pick number 2, we're going to kick it on down to the other nationally televised game tonight in the 10 p.m. Eastern time slot. It's going to be the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. This game is going to be a fast up-tempo game environment with a 235.5 over-under, 3-point spread in favor of the Dallas Mavs. So it is expected to stay close. It is expected to be up pace. And we do have 2 more superstars in this one. You might have heard of him before. His name is Luka Doncic, and once again, he is an absolute fantasy point per minute beast. Arguably the best in the league. He might be the best in the league. I know Giannis 1.63 fantasy points per minute. Luka 1.65, so he is the best in the entire league as far as fantasy point per minute production. 38% usage rate overall. He's going to once again play big minutes, 37.1 minutes per game. He's putting up 1.65 fantasy points per minute as far as the Prizepicks fantasy scoring format. And he continues to be a guy that I consistently seem to have projected over what Prizepicks does. Big pace-up matchup here for him as well. You look at the 2 paces of these teams. The Los Angeles Lakers are the 2nd fastest paced team in the league with a 102.89 pace metric, so they fly. As far as the Dallas Mavs, they are the 2nd slowest paced team in the league. So a big pace-up matchup here for Luka Doncic. And you look at his overall breakdown. I mean, he's at the top of the league for pretty much every category. Potential assists per game, he's getting 16.2 potential assists per game. That puts him as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th highest in the league. You look at the potential rebounding chances per game. He's not going to be at the top of the league, but keep in mind, the guy's a point guard. He shouldn't be at the top of the league. He's still going to crack one of the top guys in the league overall with a 14.3 rebounding chances per game, which is ridiculous. I mean, that's more rebounding chances than John Collins, for instance, who's a forward. He's right up there as far as rebounding chances with guys like Isaiah Stewart, Nick Claxton, like literal centers in the NBA. So that just goes to show you he's going to get a ton of rebounding chances. And he also shoots the most in the entire league. He has 22.8 field goals attempted per game, 50% from the field. He takes 8.1 3-pointers per game where he shoots 35% from beyond the arc. He also gets to the free throw line a ton, getting fouled with all that heavy high usage. 11.6 times per game he gets to the free throw line where he shoots 74% from the line. So Luka Doncic is literally the entire package. You can't ask for much more when it comes to a high usage player. Obviously, he literally puts up the most fantasy points per minute, and he also gets all of these minutes. I mean, he plays practically the whole game. You got to love that. And I consistently have him projected in the mid, if not upper 60s, it seems, in my projection model every single day. And Prizepicks continues to have him at the 60.5 fantasy score line. I think he crushes this. He just went out there and put up 69.7 against the LA Clippers squad that doesn't play nearly as fast as the LA Lakers. They're giving up 39.3 fantasy points per game to point guard starters. They're giving up 6.8 assists per game are the Lakers. They're giving up 7.8 field goals per game. These are all really, really bad as far as against the point guard position. And, of course, we talked about that positive pace differential for Luka in this one as well. So, pick number 2. Going with the over 60.5 fantasy score here for Luka Doncic. Love this game environment. Nationally televised game on TNT. I do expect it to be a game where the stars do put on a show. Luka being one of those. And then for pick number 3, we're going to run it back with the other star on the other side of this game. In LeBron James, his team has a 116.25 implied team total. We just talked about it. Game that's expected to really fly here. Talked about the usage of Luka Doncic. Well, LeBron getting a ton of usage, and especially with no Anthony Davis on the floor. You look at the usage on this team with no Anthony Davis. LeBron leads the way, no surprise. 35.3% usage rate with no Anthony Davis on the floor this season. And then you look at the last 2 weeks as far as the usage. He's getting a 36.7% usage rate over the last 2 weeks. And the shot volume continues to be really, really high. He is second in the league only to Luka Doncic, who we just discussed, in field goals attempted per game. He shoots 51% from the field, 6.7 3-pointers per game, where he shoots 29% from beyond the arc. That could be a little bit better, not going to lie, but the volume's there. He's also getting the free throw line 5.8 times per game, where he shoots 75% from the line. And looking at the latest odds over here on Pinnacle, they are expecting a big scoring game from LeBron James, as am I, as far as the latest number. 31.5 points over here on Prizepicks. If you can get this in at 31.5, you need to do so ASAP. I'll try to finish up this video and get this launched as soon as I can so you can get this in before these bumps occur. Because as far as the latest odds on Pinnacle for this line on LeBron James, 31.5 points, he is currently a minus 161 favorite to hit the over 31.5 points. That is some extremely good value. For those of you that are new to sports betting or you might not know what that means on a base level, you would have to risk $161 to win 100. Vegas very good at setting these odds. Obviously, they're indicating it is very likely that he's able to surpass this 31.5 point prop tonight. So for pick number 3, we're going with the over 31.5 points here for LeBron James. Love the pick. Try to get this in as soon as you can. I guarantee this is going to get bumped to 32.5, if not 33.5, before the end of the day. Talked about that the other day with Donovan Mitchell, where we got some really good value, and he got bumped twice. So that might happen again here with LeBron. So get this in as soon as you can, as soon as I drop this video. Hopefully it does not get bumped. But that is going to be my 3 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the NBA tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked out the premium content packages, go ahead and check those out. That is linked below in the description. Once again, it is patreon.com/KJK_DFS. Do not click that join button. I know some people have made that mistake. That is a separate membership. So check this out if you're interested. That's all for me in this one. Wishing you all the best of luck on your NBA player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.